Welcome back. All right, so tonight, very similar game to what we saw in game one. Less scoring, and Mike Smith, huge bounce back game. And I think it needs to be acknowledged that Calgary, who relied a lot on Markstrom throughout the season, he was very good against Dallas. I thought he was shaky at times. Dallas wasn't able to take advantage. I also thought that the Flames' defense at times seemed a little bit suspect against Dallas, but again, Edmonton's not Dallas, and Edmonton. I think this was kind of a bit of a statement, so we'll see whether or not it is. Momentum does not necessarily roll over from one game into the next, and tonight was this an acceptable amount of games or an acceptable amount of goals for everybody in this hockey game? Because I thought it was fine. So it's Smith versus Markstrom. No Flames goals in the first minute. So that's progress if you're an Oilers fan, right? Gaudreau's then denied on a fast break. As soon as I wrote that and I saw Gaudreau rushing in, I thought, oh, I jinxed it. I didn't. There was a Bronx cheer when Smith handled it. That got a lot quieter as the night went along. The mockery of the goaltending, it definitely seemed to fall off from Flames fans as this game went along. Kane has a rush chance that's saved, but then on their third shot, Calgary opens the scoring. It's Stone from Gaudreau and Tkachuk at 3:02. So he scores that one through a screen, and if you were watching this and felt like, so is it starting again? It did feel like it was. McDavid then has a rush that's defended. The shots are 4-2 for Calgary at 5 minutes. Kulak takes a big hit, which made the fans happy. Pretty sure that was by Tkachuk. Jeers for Smith continues as he holds on to one, and then on the sixth shot, that one goes in too. So Calgary definitely making it look like the net's open for business. This one was Ritchie burying a rebound from Goodbranson and Lewis at 6:02. Then Mangiapane had a rush opportunity, couldn't bury that. So again, if you're looking at this and going, how many goals are we going to get? Well, I was starting to think that as well. But yeah, the Oilers get a power play, strong penalty kill by the Flames. It takes a minute and a half for them to set it up. Yamamoto and McLeod are then denied, and then we get 17 seconds of 4-on-4. The Flames get the power play from there. There was a Bouchard shorthanded chance that was saved, and then we get more penalties. Backlund has a rush chance that fizzles. Hyman can't bury one and close. The Flames clear it out. Barry blasts one wide. McDavid does too, and that's killed off. We're finally back to 5-on-5. It felt like about half of that first period was special teams. So Lindholm then had a rush chance that was saved, and then on a good pushback shift by the Oilers at 13:38, they get on the board. And it's Duncan Keith with his first playoff goal, and I think they said it was 6 years, from McDavid and Draisaitl. And Keith had a good game. Pushback shift definitely helped and worked, and it's 2-1. Goodbranson then had a net feed, that's defended. Coleman has a shot that saved, tricky one there, almost fooled Smith. Tkachuk fans on one. The Oilers score after a whistle. Markstrom had it kind of sort of, and then he didn't. And when the whistle blew, he didn't have it. So probably should have been a live goal, but the referee makes up for that later. It was Chris Lee, and every time they mention his game, I think Vegas fans would be watching this and thinking, Chris Lee. So they reviewed it, and the review confirms it's no goal. Hannafin with a rush chance, that's held. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins is denied. The rebound was cleared out. The Oilers press, and they have some momentum with 51.2 seconds left. Kane with a net drive, that draws a power play, and it was already their third of the game. So a lot of power plays for them already. They get chances, but can't bury one to tie it before the period runs out. So, second period, shorthanded Backlund chance, nearly full Smith. So there were a couple of pucks there that could have gone and didn't. After the kill, too many Oilers on the ice, so the Flames get a power play, and they score on it. It is Toffoli from Lindholm and Gaudreau at 2:04. Nurse didn't have a stick. His stick had broken. Now, his stick, he did break it on Toffoli, so Toffoli was looking for a call there, and so it might be one of those poetic justice kind of moments, right, where the guy probably should have been called for a penalty, wasn't, and so he doesn't have a stick, and that really helps the goal happen. But when that happens, when your defenseman has lost his stick or breaks his stick, the forward's supposed to hand off and didn't. So you're leaving one of your defensemen down low without a stick. It makes it so much easier for the offending team, in this case the Flames, to get that cross-ice pass and get it in the net, and that's what happens there. So 2 minutes of 4-on-4 immediately follows that goal. So we're getting back into a series where the Flames are ending up in a bunch of 4-on-4s. The Oilers score, but it's challenged for goalie interference. And honestly, watching it live, I was like, they can't let that stand, can they? McDavid basically just goes through the crease, takes Markstrom off to the side, and Draisaitl buries it. So that they can't allow that to stand. So it's challenged, and it's ruled, yeah, it's goalie interference. So no goal there. Bouchard then has a wrister that's saved. Backlund was then denied on a rush, but McDavid puts the team on his back a little bit here. He scores from Keith and Draisaitl at 3:05. So it didn't take long for the Oilers to get that goal back. I always like it when a team allows a goal or scores a goal and then a call doesn't necessarily go their way and they make up for it. And that's what happens in this case here. The Oilers then press for the tie. Kane is robbed on a rush by a glove save from Markstrom. They were definitely aiming for the glove. Goodbranson has a shot that's kicked aside. The hitting's picking up for the Flames now. Anderson has a shot that's saved as the Flames press. There's a near miss for Toffoli. The red light came on, so whoever was in charge of that red light, definitely a little bit quick on the trigger there. Hyman's then denied on a fast break with 6:57 left. The Oilers get a power play. It's reviewed. It turns out to be a 4-minute penalty. I believe it was Michael Stone. He wasn't very happy with that. He kind of had this incredulous look at it being a 4-minute. So the Oilers cycle, but the Flames do clear it out. However, during the first 2 minutes, with 1 second left in that first 2 minutes of the 4-minute penalty, Bouchard scores from Keith and Kane at 15:03. McDavid then had a net drive that's defended. We get shoving and hugging after that. Almost full-on kiss on the lips took place during that too. All right. So, anyways, and I mean, it's a league of love now, right? So, anyways, shorthanded net feed to Lindholm, near miss on that. So, good shorthanded opportunity. And then the Oilers nearly scored near the end of it, but the Flames cleared out. They do kill it off. Fogle then had a chance that was held. Coleman's denied in the final minute. He net crashes, and he didn't make any attempt to get out of the way. He did run over Smith, so that's a penalty on him. 2 Flames go to the box on that play, 1 Oiler, which means it's an Oilers power play with 48.6 seconds left. So that rolls over into the third, where the game's now tied at 3. Draisaitl's denied, the Flames cleared out. There's a near miss high by McDavid from in close. Flames finish the kill, and then they get a power play right after. Aggressive penalty kill, though, that kills it off, and the Flames were now 1 for 3 in the game. The Flames press afterward. Goodbranson's shot is held. Backlund has a net feed. That was blocked by the Oilers, who I thought their defense was better tonight. The shots don't tell you that, but I thought their defense was better. Gaudreau has a rush that sets up a short press. The Oilers do clear it out. Then we have Puljujarvi denied on a rush. The Flames press. They draw themselves a power play. So it's the halfway mark of the period. I think it was at 10:02. And so they have the opportunity. The Oilers score shorthanded. It's Hyman from Nugent-Hopkins at 10:14. That's the first lead that Edmonton's had so far in this series. And it felt like as this game rolled along, Edmonton's just getting more confident. They're getting better in the game. Again, the shots would tell you Calgary did well in the third, and they did. So did Smith. So the Flames score, but it's waved off due to the whistle. So both teams had a goal that should have counted and didn't because the referee decided to blow the whistle relatively early. Mangiapane then fires one high, and the Oilers finish off the kill. So that would have been a power play goal, but it wasn't. But again, the Oilers should have had a goal too, so it's 1 for each. Then Draisaitl would score. Mike Smith, beautiful pass. Up to center ice, he saw Draisaitl and gave it to him. It's a fast break goal, and it was the second breakaway goal in a row. The Hyman goal on a breakaway, the Draisaitl goal on a breakaway. Not much chance for Markstrom on either of those goals. Smart pass by Smith. The Flames then pressed to answer. Gaudreau was denied. He was denied a couple of times during that shift. Fogle then had a rush chance. That was held. The Oilers pressed with 5.5 minutes left, up by 2. Nice to see them in the other zone. That's the way you want to see it if you're cheering for the Oilers, right? Smith holds as Anderson was right on the doorstep there waiting to bury a rebound. The Flames then press with 3.5 minutes left, and eventually that draws a power play with 3:12 left. So this is as Markstrom was exiting. It doesn't, and whether he was going to exit anyways is the question, because he did immediately go right to the bench, and so it's 6-on-4. Tkachuk has a shot that's saved. The rebound's cleared. There's a near miss by Dubé. Short-handed Hyman rush was defended, so he doesn't get a shot at the empty net, but it kills time, and it finishes that penalty kill. Oiler fans can be heard in Calgary cheering as the clock runs down. At the horn, there's a little bit of pushing and shoving. I thought it might get worse. It didn't. Your final score is 5-3. The Edmonton Oilers have tied this series. Now they're going home. And so for the Flames, they're looking to at least get a split in Edmonton or try to win both. We'll see what happens. This will be an interesting one. Your 3 stars in this game: McDavid, Hyman, and Gaudreau. The shots, good amount of shots in this game. 14-12 Oilers in the first, 15-13 Oilers in the second, and then in the third, the Flames outshoot them 15-11. Both teams had 40 shots. Power plays, the Oilers won for 6, the Flames won for 5. Hits, 38-27 for the Flames. And with the special teams, don't forget, there's that shorthanded goal by the Oilers as well. So they won the special teams battle. Smith saves 37 out of 40. Great bounce back game for Smith after being chased in the first game. And Markstrom, 35 saves on 40 shots. Again, these are both scored on breakaways. I'm not sure how many of these were even glove side. I don't think any of them were. They were just good goals. And so the Oilers, they've shown again in these playoffs, they know how to score, they know how to play. And tonight, I thought their defense was better. Again, they did allow 40 shots. I thought the defense was a little better, but that's what goaltending will do for you too. When, you know, Smith's on his game, I think it makes their defense look better. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always regarding this game. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video and see we had 15 goals in the first game. We had 8 in this game. So that's 15 minus 8, so that's 7 less goals, so we'll get 1 in Game 3. There you go. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.